It was the year 2025. Ryan was coming back from school. This time, he took a different way home, and he passed by a yard that seemed to shelter a power plant. Access forbidden, he read. Ryan tried to feed a white puppy inside the yard, but the fence was compact, leaving no room to feed the dog some pieces of burger. Instinctively, Ryan opened the gate. Oh, I thought it was closed, but look, here I am. He reached the puppy and fed him. The puppy ran, Ryan after him. Suddenly, Ryan felt that he had been transported in a far-away place. Although he was aware that he had walked just a few steps. He was aware, completely aware, yet something unexplainable had happened. He was still in the yard, the puppy still by his side, but looking a bit older and bigger. Ryan realized that he was still in the same yard. But outside the yard, oh my God, there was another world from another time. I simply traveled in the future. I believed that only belonged in books. Ryan called, Puppy, come. Despite the fear, despite the doubt, he had to explore. And finally, he had to get back to his time, to his life. He opened the gate and left the yard with Puppy by his side. I'll call you Rubber Puppy. Right in front of the gate, there was a station. He decided to take the bus in the direction of his house. Maybe his house was still there, or not. He felt overwhelmed, but came to his senses. I will not allow emotions to overwhelm me. To his huge surprise, the vehicle that stopped in the station was not at all a bus, but a flying machinery that looked like a flying race car. Do you get in, Ryan? Said a robotic-like voice from inside the car. Let's go, puppy. The car was half full. Ryan asked an old lady politely, How does the car know my name? The lady said, It is written on your school report card. All right, replied Ryan. Thanks. Ryan paid attention to the stations. At the third station, off he got from the car. The old lady got off from the vehicle at the same station. Sorry, said Ryan to the old lady. I had a bad day at school. I am confused. I don't remember the dates today. Kids, said the old lady. Where do you live? I live in the northern part of the town. I came here to meet a friend, but he's not coming. Ryan, that's your name, right? Yes, and my puppy is Burger Puppy. Amazing, said the old lady. I am Carmen. take your dog and come for a cookie and a glass of juice. The old lady was so nice, and also she seemed so familiar. Actually, she was living in the same house where he lived with his family. You see, I live alone. I have two daughters, but they live in another town. Come in. The house interior was simple, with a few pieces of furniture and a lot of electronic devices. There was a huge Christmas tree by the window, in the exact spot where he and his family usually placed their Christmas tree. The coincidence is that my father's name was Ryan, and he had a dog called Burger Puppy. Isn't that amazing? Come, help yourself. I'll bring some food for Puppy as well. Look, he likes so much cheese, just like my father's dog. So today is Christmas Eve. I'm a bit confused. Kids are sometimes distracted. I keep forgetting what year we are in, said Ryan. Yeah, kids will be kids. My dear Ryan, we are in 2115. Ryan was such a smart kid. So he smiled, hiding his surprise. He realized that he had traveled 90 years into the future and that Carmen was his daughter. I am moved by the story of your father and his dog. But where is he now?
Oh, he died recently. He was 98 years old. But we still miss him. He was such a good, loving father.
Ryan hugged Carmen before leaving and offered her a big red origami heart. I no longer doubt that God sent you, dear Ryan, to remind me and my family that my beloved father is still taking care of us as carefully as always. Look, I have the same origami heart made by my father, but its color is blue. Ryan told Carmen that he was moved by her warm words, that he was glad, really glad, to have met her. Took Puppy, they said goodbye to Carmen and went to the station to take the vehicle back to the power plant. And so they did. He traveled, presenting his school report card to a card reader in the car. He got off at the power plant station. Took Puppy, entered the yard, took a few steps, and back he was in 2025, December the 24th, Christmas Eve. When he got home, he hugged his parents, who were glad he had brought Burger Puppy with him because they also wanted a puppy. Mom, Dad, if I'll have a daughter, I'll call her Carmen. Carmen, like your great grandmother. I had forgotten her name, but you made me remember it. She was a very kind woman who told me, if you have a son, call him Ryan. He will be a very smart and kind boy. He will bring you a lot of joy and love. And she was right, said Mom. Why do you think about having kids, Ryan? You're only 8, Father asked. Dad, time flies, and I feel in my heart that if I have a daughter, I will call her Carmen. Your great-grandmother would be happy to hear that, said Mom. How interesting that you came up with this name, although I've never told you your great-grandmother's name. They gathered around the table, with Puppy by their side, and had a light dinner, like they always had on Christmas Eve. The Christmas tree was in its usual place, by the window in the living room. Ryan felt that in the present and in the future, the most important things were love and friendship.